Hello team, welcome back to our channel mySMHelp.in. In this video, we will look about the MRP Live, especially on the restrictions for planning. So what are the things that we cannot plan? That is what we are going to see into this. Okay. So as we get into this, I also wanted to tell you about the other videos which are related to MRP Live is available. So we have subjects on MRP Live and low level code MRP Live. That's a demo video also. And the last video about MRP Live was about the MRP Live architecture. And we do have a video about the difference between MRP Live versus classic MRP. And also, I mean, which materials are all exempted by MRP Live, how we can do that, view that, etc. Okay. Thank you. So let's get into to see what are all the restrictions on the MRP Live. Um, the first restrictions about the MRP Live is it does not create any MRP list. I think we are all aware of it. MRP Live does not create any list because earlier MRP Live was kind of a snapshot, and now it's not getting created, and the all the transactions related to that, like MD05, 06, there are a couple of reports, and these are all not currently available in the MRP Live. Okay, in S4 HANA system, if you try to retrieve data using this data, you will not be getting any output for that. Okay, what we understand, the reason behind this is to simplify the process, and they are saying that it's to avoid any redundant data generation. Okay, because they have to hold the snapshot in some place when it ran, and we have to keep it right. But since because of the improved performance, they are I mean, SAP recommends us to always go and use the stock requirements list, which will be the current snapshot. Okay, that is what SAP is currently recommending to do it. Okay, this is one part of the first one. The next one is if you are using a scheduling agreement, it has to be a document type of LPA, which has a release documentation. Okay, in case if you have been using only LP, then you have to migrate those all those documents from LP to LPA, which means you have to close them and then create a new ones with the release documentation. So this is the option that we have. So this is also something that we have to look into that. Okay, and then if you are using any seasonal MRPs, okay, type seasonal MRP in your MRP type, for if any of your materials are following the MRP type which is called a seasonal MRP, then this will also be not planned as part of MRP Live. So anything which is not planned as part of MRP Live will automatically move to the classic MRP. Okay. But then in case if you wanted this to be part of MRP Live, then we have to address all these points. Okay. Okay. Then the forecast demands, which is also in SAP, it will also be not planned in MRP Live on HANA. Okay. If you are having any forecast demands for, and characteristics based forecasting is also not supported in the MRP Live. So these are few things, correct? And the next one is BAdI's part. Okay, in case if any BAdI, if you have implemented as part of MRP run in the current classic MRP data, then they all need to be executed as an AMDP BAdI only. So MRP Live will not consider any classic. I mean, any BAdIs which are non-AMDP BAdIs. Okay, which have been implemented as part of your classic MRP, it will not allow it. These baddies will not get triggered. So for every baddie of classic MRP, SAP has already provided a equivalent AMDP baddie. Okay, so it is available in the SAP help. It is you can view them and then consume them. And very important part, the next one is the selection of bill of materials. Earlier in ECC, you had the selection option. Okay, bomb selection by date, production version, lot size. There was a parameter to select it. Okay, this whole field has been grayed out. It is not available for you. Okay, so you cannot use this bomb selection parameter in SAP S4 HANA for MRP live. Okay, this has been completely has been removed. Even for classic MRP also, this will not work. Okay, and some of the lot sizing procedures is also not supported, like reorder point planning, cost-based planning, overlapping in lot size, optimum lot size procedures. So this is also not supported as part of the MRP live. Okay, so we have to make sure that if you are using any of your graph, graph reorder procedures, etc., in your lot sizes, then it will not be planned. Okay, system will show error, and we have to resolve that. So we have to careful with the lot sizes also. Then production version with the distribution key. So if you see in the production version, there is a drop field called a distribution key. So this is basically used in the repetitive manufacturing. So in case if that product, if the distribution key is also used, those kinds of materials, those kinds of data will not be consumed by MRP Live, and it will say that it is not possible to plan the material through MRP Live. And one more thing is, in case if we have maintained the customization setting, like planning file entry for termination, which means we can delete the planning file entry on certain conditions. And there is a configuration which is called as OMDY, which is for the planning file entry deletion. What happens is in certain scenarios based on the message numbers. Okay, let's say material does not exist in plant, or if this material is not planned in automatically, or if there is a status which does not allow the planning, in these situations, the planning file entry will get deleted. Okay, so this is now ignored. Okay, so it is not considered. Okay, whatever you maintain, it is not considered, because these are all, my assumption is, in classic MRP they were using this so that they will restrict it and they will enhance the performance. But then in HANA, it is already it is an enhanced performance system. We have already seen about that in our previous video, so you can look about that architecture part. So I think they have removed these restrictions. Okay, so these are all some of the restrictions which I have read through, and I have been considering when we are using the MRP Live. There will be some other things which has been released also. Feel free to leave a comment if there is anything that has to be updated, or if there is any point we have to modify, or we have to add as a new element. I'm happy to do this because I believe in learning by sharing. Okay. Thank you very much, guys. Thanks for your support. So do stay in touch on this myacmhelp.in. If you have any queries, feel free to drop a note and we will get connected.